Good morning. Today we're going to expand a little bit on what we've been doing for the past couple of days in class. We are going to go now from just having 1 point and the slope to having 2 points that we're working on with our equation of a line. Notice up at the top, it says our notes are going to be on the front. We're going to do the front ones together, and there's actually going to be another one on the back I'm going to do with you too. And the homework's going to be back there. And this will end up being homework check, I believe. Number 3. So I look at the top, and that tells me all the steps that I need to do this successfully. Find the slope. We've done that with 2 points. Okay. Pick one of the points to use for my x and my y. And then plug those in. When it gets down to here, this is like what we've been doing for the past 2 days. So really the only thing that's going to be new is I got to find the slope first. So let's see how this works. Okay, number 1, finding my slope. Okay, let me get my x and my y's labeled here. When I'm doing slope, I always just do the second one minus the first. So my y's are on top. So 10 minus 4. And then my x's second minus first is 5 minus 3. And I still got to figure out what this equals, though. So let's see. 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 3. Oh, my minus got way down there somehow. Is 2. And if I can reduce it, I should. So 3 is my m. That's my slope. Now when I get here, I pick either one of the points. Doesn't matter which one I use, I'm going to get the same answer. So I'm just going to use this guy. If somebody else wants to use 5 and 10 to make sure I'm telling the truth, you go for it. Okay, so now I look and I say, okay, I need to plug in to those 3 places, to y, to m, to x. So I'm like, all right, there's m, there's y, there's x. Okay, I'm ready to go. Y equals m x plus b. And now I got to solve this equation. So see, now it's like yesterday. 3 times 3 is 9. And if I got to get b by itself, what's my one step that I have to do to get b alone? That's right. Minus that 9. There's my b. I got my 2 big infos here. And now to get my answer, it's y equals and I'm putting numbers in here, not the variables, m x plus b. And I get the answer. I know. Some of you, if you probably hadn't said it out loud already, I bet you somebody probably has. This is too long. There's a lot of things in life that are too long that adults don't like doing either. We just got to do these sometimes. It depends on what information, what cards were dealt. I can't help these things. So, let me get this one set up. Again, I'm going to take my y's, 7 minus 5. I'm going to take my x's, 1 minus negative 3. So 7 minus 5 is 2. 1 minus 3. What happens when I minus a negative again? Oh, let's see here. Oh, yeah. Plus positive. 2 over 4. Now, be careful. If you can reduce fractions, you really do need to. So in this case, 2 divided by 4. Do not give me a decimal. Math, enter. 1/2. Okay. So my m equals 1/2. I got half of what I need. I can use either point, again, when it comes to this next part. If I have a choice with using positive numbers, I like positive numbers. They're just easier to work with. So let's see. We've got y equals mx plus b. Ooh. Half of 1 is a half. Ruh-roh. Now, I'm sincerely hoping here, how do I get rid of this positive 1/2? I'm going to minus it, right? I'm going to make an assumption here. I know that can get me in trouble. But you know what 7 minus 1/2 is. If I have $7 and I take away 50 cents, I have 6.5 left. Okay. If you need to, you can punch that in on the calculator. But again, once I have my m and my b, I'm ready to make my equation. Y equals m x plus b. Good to go. So you start to see, I mean, it's not, if you know your stuff with slope, this doesn't take very long. Okay, my y is 6 minus -4. Then my x's are 6 minus 2. We just got done saying minus and negative is plus, so that's 10. 6 minus 2 is 4. Can I reduce this? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Math editor. 5/2. All right. So 5/2 is my m. My point, yeah, give me the positive numbers every time. So here we go again. We're just plugging in, like we had mentioned up here, for y and m and x. We need to figure out what b is. So here's my x and my y. So y equals m x plus b. If you're not sure, playing with the fraction. Ooh, it even comes out nice. So 6 equals, these two multiply to 15 plus b. And just like we've been doing on the others, opposite of a positive 15 is to do a negative. Got my b, got my m, plugging them into those two spots. Y equals m x plus b. Answer. Now, let's see. We got a couple left here. But these two are going to go quick, and you'll see why in just a minute. Okay, so my first job is to find my m. So I look and I go, okay. So y's, I got 1 and 1. Okay. X's, I've got 7 and 4. Alright, so 0 divided by 3 is just going to be 0. And I can punch that in the calculator if I'm not sure if it's 0 or undefined. And as we've had before, the bell is going to ring here in a minute, but it's not your bell to go anywhere, so I'm just letting you know. Okay. I'm going to use this point. I can use either. If I wanted to use the 4 one, I could have. And then remember, so this is kind of our B and our A. And our C is to plug these in. So Y equals M X plus B. What's 0 times anything going to equal? Yeah, 0. So my B equals 1. Okay. I know what my M is. So my equation then, Y equals MX plus B. Or, since 0x is like having none, it would just be Y equals 1. Now look back at the coordinate points for a minute. The Y values are both 1. Does that happen every time? Yes. If you ever have the exact same Y values, just write down Y equals and the number and be done. You don't even have to do all the other work. But that only happens if the y values are both the same. Let's look at number 5 then. Notice anything funny about the numbers with 5? What's that about both x values? They're both 5. The x equals 5. Don't even bother doing anything else because you're going to do all the work and that's what's going to happen. So I'm just telling you, if you don't see those, it's going to make life difficult on you. You're going to be like, oh, I wish I'd have known that's so easy. It's hard. Okay? But use these examples to work on the problems on the back of this sheet. Okay? So these guys are your homework on this page, but use the front page as your help. And then again, yeah, we're not going anywhere yet. So then here on the back, there's some story problems to do with this. Now, don't just say you're going to skip these. These aren't bad either. So what I've got here is, okay, the cost for 7 dance lessons is $82. You're like, so I'm just putting the two numbers together. They're close to each other. Yes. I'll even help you with the points on these. And then 11 lessons cost $122. You see where this is going? All you're going to do on a problem like this is exactly what we've been doing all along. I'm going to subtract my y's. I'm going to subtract my x's. Always see if they can reduce further, and this one can. Okay, so I just did my y's minus over my x's. Pick either point. Since I wrote so big, I guess I'll change colors here. I'm going to use the 782. It's my x and my y. And then here we go. Y equals mx plus b. Multiply those guys together. Minus the 70. 82 minus 70 is 12. There's my b. So my equation is y equals mx plus b. Now, notice there's one more question this time. Use the equation to find the cost of 4 lessons. Okay. Just plug in the 4 where the x goes. So let's see, 10 times 4 is 40. Looks like 4 lessons would be $52. So don't forget about that last question if you need it. Here's the only thing I'm going to do for you on 2 and 3, though. I'm going to get you set with your points. Because number 3 gets a little interesting. Here we've got degrees and feet. And we've got degrees and feet. That's all I'm doing for you. You're responsible for knocking out the rest of this. But number 3 I wanted to talk a little bit about, because you notice how it's always different things, like at number 1 it was lessons, then money, then lessons, then money. Here it's degrees, then feet, then degrees, then feet. Here it's a little different, because they've got cakes and then cakes again. I can't put those together. So $22 on the first day, $88 on the first day. Okay, those are both first day numbers. 15 cakes on the second day, $60 on the second day. Those are your points. You're going to work through them. So finish off these last 2, finish the back of that front sheet, and we'll be doing some more of this tomorrow. Friday, there will end up being a mini quiz on stuff like this. So we're going to do some more of this tomorrow. We're going to do a review on Thursday. We're going to have you ready to go on Friday. So use your time wisely. You got plenty of it to get this done. Help each other out.